Hi guys, s7yler here. In this video I'm going to review the 5-inch Bluboo Xtouch, previously also known online as the Bluboo X500, a phone with a very interesting design, CNC Metalframe, and for the price pretty nice hardware. The highlights are a front press fingerprint scanner, a curved 3D textured back cover, 2.5D curved glass, a 5-inch Full HD display, 13 megapixel Sony IMX214 main camera, 3GB RAM and 32GB ROM, a 3050 mAh battery, and of course 4G LTE with support for band 20. Also worth to mention is that the phone has no kind of overheating issues. It can get a little bit warm on the back while gaming, but that's normal. So if you want to see the accessories, wall charger, quick guide, etc. included the phone, please go to my channel and search for my Bluboo Xtouch hands-on video where I do a detailed unboxing. I will also provide a link to the video below in the description. Let's have a look at the phone design. On the top we find the light and proximity sensor, a notification LED with multicolor, the ear speaker together with a good 8 megapixel OmniVision front camera that also support autofocus. The phone has a 5-inch 1080p Full HD IPS display with excellent viewing angles, which is sharp and vivid, while the maximum brightness level in my opinion could be a little bit higher, but it's still okay. Notice also that the front glass is what they call 2.5D arc, so it is rounded in the edges, and the glass indeed seems to be pretty scratch resistant. But whatever, it's real Gorilla Glass, I was not able to fully confirm. In the bottom we find the menu, home and back buttons, and the menu and back are small lines with blue backlight, while the home button is a fingerprint scanner and mechanical button that you also can press down. On the rear side, which is non-removable and made of glossy plastic, we see a very cool looking 3D diamond pattern that changes a little bit in the light. Unfortunately, it scratches pretty easily, and it doesn't come with any kind of plastic on out of the box, so I would definitely recommend to use a cover. Also, one thing I noticed is when you press hard on the back cover, there is a little bit of air inside, it seems, because you can press the back cover a little bit down, as you can see, but with normal use you don't notice this. Then we also find a 13 megapixel Sony IMX214 rear camera, together with a dual LED flash that is average strong. Inside the phone we will also find a 3050 mAh battery. I didn't find any evidence for fast charge support, it seems to charge in normal speed. And last we see the brand name. In the bottom of the phone we find dual speaker grills, and for me it seems that the sound, which is average, just comes out of both of them at the same time. It's definitely not real stereo speakers. In the center we have a micro USB port that also supports USB on the go, and all to the left we find the microphone. On the right side we find the volume rocker together with the power button, and they both feel pretty solid. In the top we find the 3.5mm headphone jack, which provide good sound, loud and clear with nice bass. And last, on the left side we find a triple slot, and the nice thing is that you can actually open it up just with the fingers, no need for a pin, and it's possible to use 2 micro SIMs and 1 microSD card all at the same time, so 3 cards in one tray. And let's have a close up. Let's have a look at the phone. So the phone supports double tap to wake. You see that here. And right now I have also activated the fingerprint unlock. So this is the stock lock screen. Let me try here with my thumb, learned. And you can see it works. And it's 360 degrees, so you can also do it from this angle. And let me try another finger, this one here, not learned. So you can see this one will not unlock. And then you have to slide and type your code. And the fingerprint unlock also supports tap, so you just touch without actually pressing down. Of course you can also press down to wake the screen like this, and then touch, or you can just hold the finger, press and touch, and it will unlock directly. And as long as you hit the button here correct and place the finger in the right spot, it will work. But sometimes you may misplace the finger a little bit because the home button is a little bit small. So sometimes it may not work in the first try, but then just place your finger in another position and it will usually work. And one thing also to notice about the fingerprint scanner is when the device is locked like this, and you try to connect it to the PC or a laptop, actually you can't access the pictures or the folders on the phone. It's still locked until you unlock the device with the thumb, and then on the PC the folder will pop up. So this is just some kind of extra security. And it also supports off-screen gestures. Let's try one. To start an app, you have to unlock with the thumb. You can see it starts up. And the first thing you notice is that we have blue backlight here in the capacitive buttons, menu and back, blue lines. While here the home button has no kind of light. We also have a multicolored notification LED here in the top. So what you see here is the stock launcher, the UI and the layout. Let me just scroll a little bit here in the launcher so we can see the speed. It's okay smooth. Let me try to open up the app drawer, and you can see the stock apps, standard apps, and some of them are also installed myself, test apps. And the launcher also supports air gestures. Let's try this out. You can see it moves, and it will also be supported in the music player and the gallery. But this is only working in one direction. And now let's have a look at the connectivity and the Wi-Fi range. You can see the reception is excellent, both SIM cards in full. I'm using dual SIM right now, and also the Wi-Fi is fast and stable. The phone of course supports for 2G, 3G and also 4G, but right now I'm just using two 3G cards. When one is on data with 3G, the other one will be on 2G, and both slots support data, so you can switch this in the settings. And while I tested the phone, I did not experience any kind of issues at all. Let's have a look inside the quick toggles. We see these here, and we have support for hot knot. And let's also check out the bezels. Let me open up here, messaging, and you can see the border here in the sides. They are not so thin on the white version. Actually, there is a thin black border around the display, so on the all black version this will seem a little bit bigger, but still it's okay, I would say. And here the phone with another wallpaper. And let's try out a test call. And here the proximity sensor, fast working. Let's try the speaker.
You have 1 new messages, 0 saved messages.
And let me also try to put the ear speaker here up to the microphone.
Press 2. To listen to your saved messages, press 3. To listen to all the messages, press 4.
Okay, so that was the ear speaker. So you could hear it was clear and fine. Next up, let me show you the camera app. And the camera is stock from MediaTek. We see all the normal settings, panorama and also multi-angle view and so on. We have here also support for HDR. We have the flashlight and the front-facing camera. We have filters, different color filters. And let's see here in the settings. Here we find anti-shake, voice capture, face detection, gesture shot, smile shot, and so on. And the picture size says 16 megapixels. These are interpolated. because the camera is on real 13 megapixels. Let's see here for the video camera, noise reduction, microphone, video quality is fine. This is full HD. And notice also that the front facing camera has autofocus. And as always, I will also provide a link in the description to some camera samples in high resolution to see the quality. I suggest to take a look at these and be the judge yourself. And let me show you the autofocus is working. So we can see this is working fine. And now let's try here in the dark to only use the LED flash. Let's see the picture. So you can see it's pretty bright and clear. See all the details here, very good and sharp. Definitely a good LED. And here with the torch, the dual LEDs, I would say the dual LEDs are average bright. I have seen better, but they do a pretty good job. Let's also have a look at the viewing angles. So still sharp and clear. Let's try from the side. Also okay. From the top. So I only have one spot like here. You can see the display gets a little bit like gray, but still acceptable and good. So regarding the 3.5mm headphone jack, when using earphones with this phone, the sound is clear and loud, and there is also plenty of bass, so overall good sound quality. Let's now have a look inside the phone settings. We have support for hot nod, an alternative to NFC where you can send files. We have the SIM cards. Let's see, you can switch the mobile data on both slots. So both will support 4G or 3G. We have the display, support for mirror vision. You can tweak the colors and brightness. Below here we also see calibration options for the proximity sensor and G sensor. We have S-View cover settings. We have the storage. So right now I'm using also a SD card inside the phone. So I have phone storage and SD card. So this is the SD card on 8 GB. And we also see here the total space for the internal storage on 26 GB. And it also supports USB on the go. And here in the top you can also change preferred install location. Then we have the LED notification. Here you can change some settings also for the colors. It's multicolor. We find gesture sensing. So these are air gestures for the launcher, camera, music and gallery. And let's see the RAM consumption. 1.5 GB and the phone has totally 3 GB. So that's okay. Here cached. We have the fingerprint scanner settings. You can add more fingers. So right now I have 3 fingers enabled. You can see these here, up to 5 fingers are possible. I suggest to learn the finger all 5 times because the accuracy will be better then. And it can also be used in finger app lock. So here you can enable it for different apps and lock these. For example, if you don't want anyone to enter your gallery or the browser and so on. Then we find off-screen gestures. So we see double tap to wake. You can launch camera, different apps, add more gestures to open up apps. And then we have language and input. It's multi-language. And last we find all normal settings, developer options and about phone. See the build number. And actually I flashed a new build. You can see this one here. And you can also find the full ROM on needrom.com or check on the phone if there's a wireless update OTA. We have Android version 5.1, wireless update, supported. Let's just check here. So that's it for the settings. Let's have a look here at the live GPS test that I recorded outside. And let's see here how fast it will get a log. It finds the satellites and now we have a log, 14 in use. You also see the accuracy is down on 4 meters. Fixed time 6 seconds. We have support for GLONASS. You also see the compass is working. Signal is about 35. So it seems to be stable and good. You also see it doesn't jump up and down. In view 20, in use 16. Overall a pretty stable and average GPS. In the rest of the video I'm going to run some different test apps, show you some results and end this with a game test and my list of personal pros and cons. So if you want to know more, stay tuned. And now to my pros and cons. So first to the pros. It is very stylish, it has a very stylish design and an amazing curved rear side with a cool 3D effect and also 2.5D curved front glass that seems pretty scratch resistant. The CNC Metalframe feels very premium and thin in the hand. It has good Wi-Fi speed and range, and network is also stable. The battery life is okay, could be a little bit better maybe, but it is enough for one day with normal usage. It also has LTE Band 20 support. It has a multicolored notification LED and touch buttons with backlight. That's good to see. And last, it has a built-in working compass, and that's also a good thing in navigation apps. To the cons are that the display is good, but the brightness is not on the same level as on my other phones with JDI screen. There is no gyroscope built in as promised on Bluboo's website, so Google Cardboard does also not work. The backside looks cool, but because it is just made of plastic and not glass as the front, it scratches very easily. Also, the camera seems not to be so well optimized yet, especially in the sides of pictures it tend to be a bit blurry, and sometimes it's really hit or miss. I did not find any evidence for OIS, optical image stabilization. Only electronic image stabilization was working okay with the Camera 360 app. The fingerprint scanner is working good if you touch it correct, but the button is a bit small, so sometimes it doesn't read the finger in the first try. And last, the sound quality from the built-in speaker could in my opinion be a lot better. It's a little bit too metallic for my taste. And now to my final conclusion. For the price I can't really complain, but it seems that it was advertised with things like optical image stabilization and gyroscope, which is not present, and that is a letdown or disappointment for some people. Overall, the phone is good and does a nice job. It packs nice features in a cool design and back cover, but the competition doesn't sleep, so remember also to check other 5-inch China phones before you make your choice. Well guys, that's it for the review. Remember also to check out my blog. You'll find the link in the video description. If you have any questions, please comment below, give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.